Indian court bans conversion therapy, directs reforms in LGBT education. So, guys, I thought this was awesome because, we cover a lot of news in India that is not particularly good, but this is some of the most progressive news I've heard out of India in a while. Like, this is amazing. So, on June 7th, the Madras High Court in the Indian state of Tamil Nadu banned any medical attempts to cure or change the sexual orientation of a person in a significant upholding of LGBT rights in the state. So just to emphasize that this is a state decision. This is a national. The court has also announced directives to sensitize society and various branches of the state to remove any prejudices against them. In addition, the court directed several reforms in educational institutions. Earlier this year, 2 young women who fled their homes in Madurai and recently reached Chennai after their families opposed the relationship between them were brought to court. In March 2021, the Madurai police allegedly harassed an LGBTQ activist and a trans man for sheltering the lesbian couple. The court ordered counseling to the couple's parents after they sought protection following threats from their parents. Having undergone the psychoeducation session, Justice Venkatesh said that he strongly feels that the change must occur at a societal level. So, this is like 3 news items rolled into one, really. So one of them is that all happening in Tamil Nadu. So one is that the court has banned conversion therapy in the state. Another is that the state government has issued a directive that there needs to be educational sessions basically for government employees for the protection of LGBT people and a lot of other protections for LGBT people. Like, just it seems based on the wording like of this, like a massive push for education about the community and the need to protect their rights. And another aspect of this is that they have made a decision in terms of the protection of LGBTQ adults. So we've covered a lot of stories that happened before of issues where there have been like a lesbian couple and they're living with each other, and their parents will basically threaten them, possibly kidnap them, or call the police on them as if they're a missing person to then have them returned to their family. And these are adults. And often the police will cooperate and actually separate the couple and return one or both of them to their parents, which is obviously, I find that as an extreme overstep of those people's liberties. And so there was decisions in here to also say that you can't do that anymore. We need to actually take steps to protect the couples in this position. We're not going to assist in this form of harassment any longer. So all massive things across the board, and I'm very into this.
I'm getting conflicting reports in the live chat on whether or not this state in India is a conservative state. Some people are saying Tamil Nadu, which is the state, I think it's a southern state in India, right? Because I assumed that more religious ones were more north. So I thought this is south. Or like, wait, is this a conservative state or not a conservative state? And some people in the live chat are saying it's conservative. Some people are saying it's not conservative. So I don't know. But you want to read what Katie is saying?
Yes. This judge, Anand Venkatesh, actually requested the Chief Justice of India to be able to keep hearing this case so that he can keep learning about the LGBT community. So that was actually one thing that was interesting is a lot of the comments by this justice. So he said that he would undergo psychoeducation to understand same-sex relationships better and sought an appointment with the psychologist. And so he's said that he can't make a decision basically until he like learns more about the community. And then having undergone this education session, he said, ignorance is no justification for normalizing any form of discrimination. The actual problem is not the fact that the law does not recognize a relationship, but that the sanction that is accorded by society is not available. It is only for this reason I strongly feel that a change must take place at a societal level, and then it is complemented by law. There will be remarkable change in the outlook of the society by recognizing same-sex relationships. The LGBT community cannot be left in a vulnerable atmosphere where there is no guarantee for their protection and safety. So in the court enlisted some of the following measures, that there should be meetings with parent teachers associations to teach parents about the LGBT community. They should also have gender neutral restrooms available for children in like school and college. They should be able to change the name and gender on academic records for transgender people. And like I said earlier, in terms of some interim directions to ensure safety and protection to the LGBT community, one of them is the police, on the receipt of any complaint regarding a girl, woman, or man missing cases, which upon inquiry/investigation is found to involve consenting adults belonging to the LGBT community, shall upon receipt of their statements close the complaint without subjecting them to any harassment. So this alone is going to be, I think, as long as this is actually abided by, but result in a really great improvement in the quality of life of LGBT adults in the state of Tamil Nadu.
Especially if the parents know that they can't use the police as a cudgel against their children. That's good.
By the way, first of all, I'm going to mention that for all the people who accuse us of trying to make India look bad, hey, give us good news from India. We highlight it. We're actually motivated more. You know, it's good for our, you know, we want to have more good news. We feel better when we have more good news than bad news every week that we cover here. So good news coming out of India, we would like to highlight that, right? So see, like, are we making India look bad right now? We got good news from India and we're highlighting it, right? Yeah, so give us more good news. We'll highlight it. However, how is this? Susanna, what do you think the effect of this is going to be, based on what you read, and Rivka, if you've also read this, on the rest of the states? Do you think like this is going to normalize? This is going to have an impact on the rest of India as well? Like this is going to?
I don't know nearly enough about Indian politics to be able to give you an answer to that.
Okay, Rivka or Katie also in the live chat, or Silva.
I was going to make one comment, and again, I don't know that much about Indian politics, but if this is enforced and if people feel more comfortable and safe, LGBT people feel more comfortable and safe in this state, it could influence it if more people move to that state, more LGBT people, and then, you know, because that's how a lot of things tend to sometimes change in the United States, is you have demographic shifts, which then shifts the thought process and the people around you, and then those people get elected. And then, so it's possible that if people know that they have some legal protection in that state, they may, if they have the means, go there, and then that could change.
That's actually a very good point, Rivka, because, you know, if we have some states in India which are a lot more accepting of LGBT people, then, you know, a lot of LGBT people wouldn't have to like find ways to go to other countries. Like they have a way out. Like they just need to move out of Uttar Pradesh and move to another state that is more friendly to them, and they will have a safe haven. So yeah, that's actually,
yeah. And if more people in the community are accepting, then they may elect more people who are, you know, so then you have this sort of snowball effect of acceptance, the demographics, and then their children or their families then talk to their friends, and then those people get elected, and blah, blah, blah.
Suze.
Yeah, no, I really liked your point. Like, I want there to be a San Francisco of India. Like, anyone from India in the live chat, is there an equivalent of San Francisco anywhere in India? Like, what's the
People in the live chat are saying Oregon. But they're saying the Oregon of India.
Oregon? What does Oregon have to do with anything? It's it's California or New York all the way for gay culture that pushed this
Miami,
period.
baby, Miami.
No, in terms of historical relevance,
San
Francisco,
absolutely, yeah.
LA, and New York, no questions asked.
Guys, Susanna's biased because she's from there, so she's trying to promote her city. So.
No, and also this is like part of what I got my degree in. But I want you guys to know, someone from India, please tell me, what is the gayest city in India? Or is there anything that's so cool?
Asking for a friend.
Asking for a friend. That friend being myself. But yeah, I'm really excited about this news. Yay for India. Shouts out Tamil Nadu. I really hope that these big decisions really improve the lives of the people who live there. And I don't know, maybe if you're LGBTQ and you have a tough situation in India, like maybe that'd be a safer area for you to move to. I don't know.
You want to read this comment as well?
Chihaya is saying Kerala would be a better idea if you asked me. Better idea for what? Remember Tamil Nadu.
We're moving to, I think.
Oh, is casteist to the core, and LGBT plus live-in relatives, etc., are generally frowned upon. Live-in relationships, excuse me.
Rivka, you want to say something?
Well, to this point, this very well may be true, but the judge himself was saying, look, this is how we're hoping to change some of this mindset of people. So I think that regardless of whether they're frowned on or if it's a more conservative area, the fact that this happened there is even more exciting and more proof that, things can change and people might want to change. And this judge is trying to encourage that and talk about all these things about how to move beyond those stereotypes or those negative assumptions.
Katie's saying that, but the relatively more liberal places are hella expensive to live in. Yes, but it's less expensive than moving out of India and going to like a European country or North American country, right?
Exactly my point.
Yeah, so yeah, it's more expensive, but it's less expensive than people in India be like, I'm gay, I'm
going
trans,
to North America.
I'm going to North America. Yeah, like, okay, hella expensive, then that's, yeah.
And just shouts out to the San Francisco Bay Area. Okay, look at our slang, our language, hella. Let's not across the world.
Okay.
Culture.
It's just trying to your imperialism is showing cultural imperialism.
It's just awesome.
I'm just talking woke.
Are we gonna have a USA we're number one shout now too?
No. Susanna just only California for Susanna, not the rest of the US. I don't think so.
No, okay. I was born and raised in Seattle. That's like when I say our language, someone who's from the Bay Area would be like, girl, what are you talking about? Our language.
All right. So yeah, people are saying here, this answer to your question, people are saying
Goa, Mumbai are far better than Tamil Nadu. Oh, okay. Well, Tamil Nadu is the state. There's a difference between especially Goa. Okay, those are the gay places to go. Let me write that down.
USA.
If you're gay, you gotta Goa to Goa.
Oh,
He just made Armin so upset.
Oh, no. Okay. All right. Can we clap for
Armin? Whose jokes are worse to be better? Ali Rizbe's or Rivka's?
It's hard to pick. I don't know. I have to think about that.
That's why Ali and I get along so well.
Yeah, you guys should have your own podcast. Okay. Can we? Oh yeah, Rivka actually should go on Ali's show. We should talk to Ali.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey guys, if you're a fan of Blasphemy and Sexy Callie, like me, then you need to be sure to subscribe to our newsletter, link in the description below. Because if you subscribe, we will send you a free copy of our Blasphemous Art ebook. And let me tell you, it is the tastiest blasphemy that you can find anywhere available today. And we are so generous with our blasphemy that we continue to send you more blasphemy every week. So make sure to subscribe, link in the description below.